Tonight we have a follow-up to a 12 News investigation that led to a criminal investigation of 2 members of the Phoenix arson squad. And tonight, felony charges are recommended against both of them. One for lying to a grand jury that wound up indicting innocent people. The other for lying under oath. Investigative reporter Wendy Halloran broke this story more than a year ago. And now this case is sitting before the county attorney. Wendy?
Well, Mark, for victims Barbara Sloan and Carl Caples, justice may finally be at hand. Sloan's home burned down and she lost $300,000 defending herself. Caples spent 15 months in jail, both charged with arson. Both would see the charges against them dismissed in the interests of justice. But it would take several years before the arson squad members who accused them are being held accountable.
This is a first good step in the right direction.
The DPS investigation is recommending Captain Sam Richardson be charged with 6 felonies and the handler of the accelerant detection dog, Captain Fred Andes, be charged with 1. The report focuses mainly on the case of Barbara Sloan. Sloan was a successful businesswoman at the time her house burned down.
There's not a day that doesn't go by, and it's been over 5 years. And I don't understand why the fire department did what they did.
Captain Sam Richardson and Captain Fred Andes are seen here coaxing the arson dog into giving a positive alert to an accelerant while they are inspecting her home.
No, you gotta put your nose down. Please fake it for me, okay?
I worry every day that she is being inappropriately used. I cry every day because of it. It's not right.
When the case went to the grand jury, Captain Richardson testified Sloan lit the fire, barricaded the front door, poured gasoline on an electrical outlet, and disconnected the gas line to a dryer. Richardson also told the grand jury the arson dog is so good at detecting accelerants, stating the dog is 1,000 times better than any machine. None of what Richardson said that day before the grand jury can be substantiated. Patrick Kennedy is a nationally renowned fire investigations expert. He helped write the book fire investigators are supposed to follow.
Do you believe Richardson committed perjury?
No doubt about it. He said things in the grand jury which were untrue, and he must have known they were untrue because he was the source of the true part of the information that he reported elsewhere.
And Captain Andes, who has made similar claims about the dog's abilities.
Is your dog right 50% of the time?
No.
Is she right 30% of the time?
No.
Is she right 90% of the time?
No.
Is she right 10% of the time?
No.
5% of the time?
No.
1% of the time?
No.
You have no idea how right she is, do you?
She's right 100% of the time.
Admitted to DPS investigators, it's not really that good.
I believe my dog is right, and the lab results were coming back inconclusive, so if I were to keep results, it would show that your dog's only right half the time or 60% of the time.
Richardson and Andes both report to Fire Marshal Jack Ballantyne. Ballantyne signed off on the investigations. He has not been implicated in any criminal wrongdoing involving the DPS criminal investigation.
I was proud of Sam then. I'm proud of Sam today.
Ballantyne continues to defend Richardson and Andes at the expense of the county attorney's office.
A lot of what happened in Sam's case was because of the county attorney. The failure to disclose evidence. I don't know if you guys even know that. He is a really nice guy. He's a very smart guy. He's a very competent guy. But he was just overwhelmed and forgot. Forgot to get things disclosed in that timely manner. That was the biggest killer in this case. It wasn't the investigation.
In the decision not to prosecute, county attorney notes reveal the state's case was gutted when Captain Richardson created a great deal of reasonable doubt when he admitted he arrested Sloan solely because she was the homeowner. He had no evidence tying her to the fire. And the prosecutor failed to turn over evidence that would have helped prove Sloan's innocence.
The new acting fire chief has a challenge in front of her, and I hope she steps up to the plate and takes appropriate action.
Now, the Phoenix Fire Department has launched an administrative investigation. Ballantyne, Richardson, and Andes will receive full pay and benefits while on leave. An interim fire marshal has not been chosen to serve to replace Ballantyne. Now, I asked the county attorney if there could be a potential conflict of interest in its handling of this case. A spokesman says in similar scenarios involving allegations of wrongdoing by sworn officers, he says our office has demonstrated time and again that when the evidence and circumstances call for prosecution, investigation, we are willing and able to do so. Wendy Halloran, 12 News.